Hi, it's Marie, back for week 3. I chose scenario 4 to get started. I chose it because I have been doing a lot of reading with video conferencing and am thinking that is a wonderful way to connect students that live in different states or even all over the world. So in scenario 4, the question discussed a teacher that's a history teacher that has a few different classrooms where they may only have 2 to 3 students in both classes, and even one with only one student, and how what would be the best ways to teach a class using video conferencing for this group. I think one of the first things that may seem a little simple, but my biggest thing is you have to keep it interesting. When you're looking at children in the 5th grade, that's only one in one class, and you have a couple of them in the other class. You don't have a whole lot of interaction with feeding off of each other um, in their um, in their brick and mortar environment. So you would have to really want to you would have to really keep them engaged as they're doing this. And so I think the first question is, how do you keep those 5th graders engaged? The cool thing about the video conferencing is that you could create so many different scenarios within history. You could add video clips that are really exciting to the material that you'll be covering. So I think plan ahead, and make sure that the type of when you're doing your lessons, you have really great video clips. Because you're doing video conferencing and it's a history class, you can open it up to the world. Let's say you want to take video clips from a history museum, or you're actually out of town, or maybe can arrange something with the museum or something in another state, and have that plan to where it's interactive with even experts in those different states as you're doing history. I mean, the sky's the limit with video conferencing, so I think my biggest advice would be to keep it interesting, plan ahead, think outside the box when it comes to actually, using other people. It doesn't have to be within the same state. You can do so much with that. The other thing is some when you're looking at video conferencing, you're thinking about things that you really want to plan ahead. Just some technical things. So I did, you know, get some things. I've been, like I said, been researching this, and I thought it was great that we have a discussion question on it. And it was just some key points that I found about how to make video conferencing work in classrooms. It was an article, and it really I think would help this instructor and anyone that's planning on using video conferencing as learning tool in their classroom. One step says, make sure that the conference that you plan to have is early in the morning. The reason why you want to do that is to make sure that you're not trying to do this when everyone is online and the internet is congested. So you want to pick a time where the internet will be less congested so that you actually are able to have the video conferencing work successfully. The other thing is when you're in a building, tell everyone that you need all the bandwidth, and if so possible, if they stay offline during your scheduled video conferencing, you want to make sure that everyone knows that you're using this, and you really don't want to have a whole bunch of people online while you're trying to do this. Strategically assign the placement of the students on the camera. So, if it's just you and you don't have a class, you want to kind of maybe have an intro and orientation, if you will, talk to the other instructors, talk to the parents if they're homeschooled, and really start trying to plan how they are on camera so that it's a very interactive and wonderful experience that everyone can see each other. The next thing to do is test the connection. Make sure that your partnering class is going to be working. Make sure that you can use direct connection if possible. Um, the other couple things that I would think about is conduct trial runs with your students so that they would know how to be in the conference. Trial runs are great. Be proactive. Expect for the worst. How about today? I've been having problems with just doing this YouTube video. So this is my third time going around. I've had video problems that have stopped on me. So just expect the worst when you're trying to do these things. Expect the unexpected. Um, when you're trying to hook up and get everything going. Just understand that mentoring is a wonderful experience for young learners and can be done with video conferencing. Um, they get to compare and exchange ideas with others, and that's why you actually want to do it. And it's a great tool to have to learn. Make sure that you arrange your computer specialist to conference with your class and answer technical questions. So these are the steps just for the technical side. The other side is just really, again, I just can't hammer enough on how to keep it interesting. A couple of things that, we thought about, that I thought about, looking into this is obviously being able to apply this new capability to teaching and learning. You want to, again, I mentioned streaming live internet videos and events to the subject area. That is the coolest thing that I think is going to be um, important to keep those fifth graders engaged. And then last, maybe conduct, like, this was something that I saw on one of the articles that I was reading. It mentioned, and just so that I can make sure that I'm not, that I give credit where credit is due, I'm actually pulling, where did I get this from? Um, what is the impact of video conferencing? So I think, did I get that from there? I just want to make sure I'm giving credit. Um, anyway, one of the things that the article mentions, I'm not going to quote it verbatim, so I guess it doesn't matter, but making sure that they can use something of a tool, like they can do joint investigations between students and other schools. And again, the joint investigation makes it happy, so maybe you plan something where you have them all doing something like a scavenger hunt, if you will, or tools, and then have them doing it the same time, so it's like different joint investigations, and then you can take this all around the world, so it is not limited to your particular state or city. So that's the coolest part about video conferencing. So my video is over 7 minutes long, and I hope I'm not going to be in trouble for this long video, but this is something that I'm pretty excited about. Finally, something in this assignment that um, I think I'm going to be able to apply for my project. So anyway, thanks so much for listening to me, and I hope everyone has a wonderful night.